We'll bring up the link if you feel like putting some money in. We do appreciate it. Wow, we are up to $82.10. Very cool stuff. Big thanks to Kashim and Quake. Who's this? QuakeWorld.nu. Nice. Okay, we got a map, guys. How you doing, Fork? All right, so we have Ashbringer versus Rostock. We are getting into it. How you doing? We're about to get into it. I'm in the lobby. We have our first map. We're going to be on Oceanborn for map 1 of this King of the Hill. So with that being said, last year's winner overall was Max Packs for the OSC event. So we're curious. I'm curious to see who ends up on top this year. Because we have a lot of different participants. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we are getting into it. We have our first game. How you doing, Kenny Tenson? I was streaming when Beyond was streaming. I was actually casting OSC Masters Cup. Ironically, I was casting Beyond because the games were played in advance and the results weren't there. It was kind of funny. And I go, holy crap, Beyond streaming. Kenny, it was kind of funny. And I think I actually said something to him. And I may or may, I'm not even going to say it. All right, here we are. It's King of the Hill. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn. In the red, representing CSO Esports, it is Rostock. His opponent in the upper left, in the teal, representing Team Starcom, it is Ashbringer. So here we are, guys. We got our first series of the night, or the day. Wherever it is, it's going to be different for you anyway. So here it's about noon. I feel like it's about 6 in the morning because of how I slept last night. So bear with me. Should be pretty good. All right. So starting out, it's going to be a two-gate expand from both on the high ground. Standard PvP opener. And looking at Kenny Tenson, he just casually 3-0s Clums Protoss from Canada. Yeah. It's a little easier to fight Clums Protoss from Canada than it is from Korea, I'm pretty sure. If he's in Seoul, you know, or wherever in Korea for that matter, it's a little bit more ping. This looks like we got a proxy from Ashbringer, guys. I'm guessing it's a proxy Stargate, but these days, I don't even know anymore. I've seen robos in such strange spots. Okay, never mind. So far, it could just be a metagame proxy pylon. That's it. Which is very apparently going to be a tell, because Rostock is scouting, and it's taken forever for this probe to get here. So, that being said, and here we are, guys. It is the OSC King of the Hill. Wait, what is Ashbringer doing? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just following this probe because obviously we have a double stalker opener on each front. If you look at the production tab, you see 2 stalkers coming out for each player. This probe has just been everywhere across the map. Probably really just trying to get inside Rostock's mind. Obviously, he's red that it's a 2-gate. Yeah, this is the first match, Gref. Mr. Gref. Ukrainian Dave Testa, Gref. Sorry, guys. Inside joke. Apparently, it's not that inside anymore. And I will say it's not the first time that's happened. Alright, we are going for a Nexus on Rostock's side. Pretty more or less standard time for his opener. He did go for 4 Stalkers, which is going to delay your Nexus a little bit, but very, very delayed Nexus, if at all, from Mr. Ashbringer. He's got to be going for it. Looks like he might be going for a proxy, because he's going for a blink before Nexus. But he only has 2 gates. That's the reason why I'm kind of like, I don't know how much. I'm not a big fan of that build, but it does work sometimes. Playing it out on that spot, if you're just 2-gate blink before expand, or going into a proxy this late, it just hits differently in PvP. Pylon just now going down for Rostock. I don't know why he didn't build his Pylon a little earlier. So it is going to be a 4-gate blink build. But the reason is on the timing of this. I don't know. I feel like you can get a little more pressure. If you're going to commit, you can be a little more aggressive with it. But the whole point is getting a really fast blink. Alright. We do have our 2 gates going down. Hallucinated Phoenix is going to kind of just go across the map and scout. Not really going to scout this up, but this is a hella delayed natural. That's why I don't really care for this build so much if you're doing it like this. If you're going to go and expand behind it, you got to get a lot done. And earlier, it comes down to even the first 2 Stalkers fighting, if they did. If it's 2 Stalkers versus 2 Stalkers, or be it Stalker Sentry, whatever. Wait, Ashbringer's going all the way back. What was that? I think that was an F2, guys. More like a reef. I don't know. Alright, anyway, 2 Immortals are out for Rostock. He's playing defensively, and actually, I don't hate it. It's kind of bold going Immortals, but at least he didn't do anything really cheeky, getting 2 Immortals out with the shield battery. Obviously, it's a safer opener. It's a lot of Blink Stalkers, and they might be able to target fire pretty well. One of the Stalkers picked off, but the 2 Immortals going to hold. Another one going down, and we do have a Twilight Council coming down for Rostock, who is he's actually pretty ahead. And Ashbringer's just going to go back home and chill. He is going into charge. I do like that. But the Twilight Council just now going down for Rostock. He's just continuously pumping Immortals out of the robotics facility. So we'll see what we get into here in game number 1. On map number 1, I should say. Let's see who advances. The winner will advance. And B, I'm not really sure who we're up against next, but we will find out. Alright, Blink and +1 going down for Rostock, but Charge is going down for Ashbringer, and he can be very aggressive with charge lots. It's a very Immortal heavy comp. In fact, it's all just Immortals. He's just building a single Immortal at a time. Look at this, guys. I mean, Immortals are good units, but not so much against charge lots. Well, Big Daddy Immortal's coming out for Ashbringer. In a weird way, just hear me out, guys, what I would like to see would be a Robo-Bane Disruptors coming out for Mr. Ashbringer. If you see this many Immortals, if you got charge lots, and hilariously enough, yeah, you don't want to kill your charge lots with Disruptors, but you have another thing that kills Immortals really easily. And that do be the balls. The purification balls. Disruptors are pretty good against Mass Immortal. And that being said, look what we got. We got a Robo-Bay. More gates coming down for Rostock. Or rather, for Ashbringer. Rostock's actually kind of transitioned safer. He's playing very standard, but he's got a ton of Immortals. Which could actually be pretty scary. I'm going to go push across the map with a +1 timing. That being said, that Robo-Bay is going to be finishing up here, and Charge has been long done. for our Teal Protoss. We are going into +2 for Rostock as he pushes into us. Ay. Excuse me, I know I sound all sniffly. Bit of a cold here, but oh man, this fight is looking pretty much like, oh my god. I thought he almost killed it for a second. But he is going to force a cancel on Ashbringer's third base. Rostock now economically built differently. Why are we going into Colossi against Immortals? I mean, I guess it kind of, in a weird way, what's Immortal Stalker Sentry with a couple Zealots? I wouldn't hate Rostock going into... Wait, what? Why did he recall? There was a couple Zealots getting in, but it was only a couple workers going down. I think that was a very, very timid recall right there. Like, I don't understand. He could have warped in a couple of units and been fine, I think, but maybe his warp gates were just timed out a little bit. He did get the cancel on the third, which is pretty big. So there is that. He's going for a fourth. So I don't hate it. He's just went ahead, stay ahead. He's not looking for proxies or anything, though. The Zealots kind of made their way in. He should know there's either a warp prism or a proxy gate. A proxy pylon, I should say. For that matter, we don't really know for sure what it is if you don't scout it. Anyway, 2 hallucinated Phoenix gonna scout this out, see the Robo Bay. If he sees these Colossi, that's kind of important. Oh no! Okay. He's gonna see one. He's gonna see both. So the Colossi revealed. Meanwhile, on the other side of it, we do have Disruptors coming out for Rostock. Colossi, interestingly enough, can be really good in PvP, where I even forget about it myself. But it's usually against Zealots. You can find some other damage too because of their range with extended thermal lance. Which do we have extended thermal lance? We do on Ashbringer's side. He is down an upgrade, guys, so he is playing catch up there for a limited time only. The advantage will be pretty good. And guys, remember that metagame proxy pylon. Wait, why did the Stalker just walk by? Oh wait, that's hilarious. One Zealot just warps in right here. Charge is not quite done. Couple workers are going to go down, but I don't think it's going to be that debilitating for Rostock, who's insanely ahead on an additional base. And Ashbringer's third is just now finishing because of that beautiful cancel earlier on by Rostock. Rostock is a very underrated player, I'd say. He's an up-and-comer and stuff, sure, but he is quite good. I've seen him take some games off players that are pretty wild, as I'm sure many of you have, but Ashbringer also no slouch. Interesting start. I'm not usually the biggest fan of Ashbringer's start to this, but I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out. Disruptors obviously delete anything provided they connect. Not immediately in the case of our larger units. But now we are in Disruptor Wars for both of them. I love this hallucinated Colossus. The hallucinated Colossus actually, for one time, has got a bigger use in a PvP that you normally wouldn't see. Disruptor is going to shoot. Does land on 2 of Big Daddy Immortals. And honestly, some of these Immortals are getting chewed for breakfast. Yeah, look at that, guys. Between the battery overcharge and then extended thermal lance, a lot of work's getting put out. And funnily enough, Rostock is losing this fight handedly, even with the upgrade advantage. But, well, the upgrade advantage is gone now, but it's about to kick in again. Still, he has like 32 army supply now. Those Colossi really helped. I don't think Rostock needs to worry about a 5th base right now. I think he needs to worry about holding the push. I think we can forget about it. Oh, Disruptor falls short. Man, I'm surprised with that many Immortals. Normally, Immortals will fare pretty well against this, but it's the more diverse composition, I guess. Other than just the Colossi, we had Archons, we had everything. Colossi good in PvP, would have thought. Well, it depends. It does depend. Purification Nova is going to land. Another 1 or 2 is going to fall. But I don't know if Rostock can hold this push from how it fared before. He does have a whole upgrade advantage now. And honestly, the army supply's in his favor. I think he does it, guys. And it looks like he is setting up for a 5th base. Ashbringer looks pretty all in. Not all in, but he's committing very heavily to this. He's not building a darn thing. He's banking up a little bit. We see nothing in production for the moment. He's going to warp in some zealots. And that be that. But still, the army supply is pretty close. The 3 Colossi raining down on this. Once the Archon goes, he can start target firing them, but he has to be careful of the zealots. Still, Rostock actually does have zealots of his own now. So he did research charge. Oh, the Disruptor's in trouble. Purification Nova not going to get this. Oh, I love the Warp Prism Micro with the Colossi. That's actually pretty sexy. As we get into it, 5th base not being taken. And, well, Colossi drops. All right, this proxy's finally going to go down, but the Colossi is going to go in and get some probes on the mineral lines behind it. Funnily enough, starting at the position with the shield battery. But I don't think it really matters. All right, nice Stalker warping. He is going to get some damage on that Warp Prism. 5th base going down. Like, any way you look at this, Rostock's insanely ahead. So we have +2 ground weapons for Ashbringer. Even though we had kind of a bit of a throw of a fight, I'm not going to lie. I don't think Rostock should have taken that fight on the other side of the map when he did push out before. I'm not saying he's playing bad or anything like that. It was just probably not the fight he was looking for when he took it at the 3rd base the 2nd time. The 1st time, he got a cancel. He recalled everything for some reason for a couple of zealots. The 1st time, I think he could have ended the game, to be honest with you. You know? But still. But still. Alright, look at the army supplies. Ashbringer's caught up again. He's got another Colossi, or it's the last Colossi from the drop. And it's basically just Charge Lot Archon. That's what he's going to go with. Pure Charge Lot Archon. Are we watching Korean PvP from yesteryear, guys? Does not seem like what we normally get on the... Oops, sorry. Not normally what we get from the European server. But excuse me there, my mouse did totally slip on me. Ooh, Nova's coming in pretty hard, catching some good value. Beautiful cleaning up the Archons with those Purification Novas. At the same time, yeah, I don't think Ashbringer's in a very good position. +1 ground armor finish just a bit ago from Rostock. And Ashbringer is down on supply on top of it. Even though this is like a pure Stalker, Blink Stalker Disruptor army, I should say. I just don't see how this is going to fare Ashbringer well. He's forgetting his up. I think he thinks he has +3, or he just forgot about it. He's trying to get anything out. And in a weird way, Charge Lots and Archons can be better against this. It's just the Disruptors that are the factor. That's where they're not. Disruptors could, they should eat this for breakfast. Purification Nova's falling short. We're not microing them. Okay, nice cleanup on some of the Archons. But you know, exactly. One hit and it cleans up potentially a big group of Zealots. Couple of hits, it takes out an Archon. And from there, you got 3 for an Immortal, etc. Alright, Rostock getting aggressed on the other side. He's got a warp in, and then he's got 4 to drop in. He's going to go into the main base to try to get something done. If he hops on that production, that could find him a way back in the game, I guess, but he's got to survive the other side of the map. His 3rd base is in jeopardy. As Rostock is pushing in, Zealot's getting some damage in the main base of Rostock, but I don't think it's going to matter as much. 24 and counting workers falling for Ashbringer. He's got 16 workers left. The army supply is almost a 2-to-1 advantage for Rostock, who went into actual Colossi behind this, by the way. GG is called, and Rostock is going to advance, taking a map off of Mr. Ashbringer. So he is one on Oceanborn. Very cool stuff. All right. So Oceanborn goes to Ashbringer. And again, it's the 11th year of OSC. And we're doing a bit of a fundraiser here, too. So, guys, if you could, get a few dollar reduce to spare. It's not for this particular event. It is for the World Championship. If you want to put some money in, I'm going to do so myself after. Please use the link. We are at $82.10. I'll do it between here. All right, I got to see who we're going up against next. Bear with me just a minute. I don't want to be blowing my nose on stream. Little congested here today. All right, guys, Milky Cow will be next. We got Mr. Milky Goat against Rostock. Little TVP, PVT, depending on how you look at it, from who you're rooting for. Could be pretty fun. We'll see what happens. Let's see what these guys got for us. One Zealot, one Adept, one Beer Magnum. That's funny. I should make that song. We'll give you credit for the name. I'll talk the tempo. We'll get to work soon. All right. We're getting into it. We're going to stay on Oceanborn. Was the last map that was won by Rostock. You know, I got to tell Milky Cow something after. I'm going to show you guys how his name appears to me, because he's not on my friends list, you know. It's actually pretty funny. But I have a suggestion for a name change for next season. And you guys are going to like this. All right. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Oceanborn in the blue. Give it up for Milky Cow. My suggestion is to name himself Moo. His opponent in the bottom, a right-hand corner from CSO Esports. In the red, give it up for Rostock. But yeah, Milky Cow, move. I think it should be move. Much like Pig. Remember when Pig was Cow, everybody, not that long ago? Pig was forced to change his name to Cow, and I'd see him every ESL on EPT Americas going, you know, with that name. So there were lots of cow jokes for Mr. Pig. He's going to be a gate scout, actually a gate gas scout, technically, for Rostock. So quite a later scout for Protoss at the same time. A little bit later of a start on the barracks, it looks like, from Mr. Milky Cow. Not really. It seemed, for some reason, he seemed a little late. It's looking about normal. Yeah, I don't know why, to be honest. How you doing, Holden? What up, Sibajan? Milky Cow is now named Milk Cow. Well, I don't know. How you guys doing? I don't understand. YouTube has some hard measurements. That's pretty funny. Sibajan. How you doing, Holden? I mean, whatever country Dave tested you are, Holden. We brought that meme up at the start of the stream. You guys cracked me up. Nice, nice. All right, he's going to be an Adept opener and into Warp Gate for Mr. Rostock. You get that practice in Holden. Get it. All right. It's a standard Reaper opener. It's going to be 2 gas, though, for Milky Cow. I'm not surprised to see this. It looks a little bit like almost a 1 base all-in, but it's Milky Cow. I won't be surprised if it is a 1 base all-in, but he may actually do something with it. But this is actually pretty funny to see. Not as standard as we thought. Just a Reaper opener into a 2 gas. 1 base all-in, potentially, from Milky Cow, Mr. Move. All right, that being said, in a Widow Mine opener, Milky Cow loves his Widow Mine drops. I'm not surprised to see this. What we don't see right now is an Armory going down just yet. And he is going for a high ground CC. It's almost like he's playing safe in a way, but he's going for a Widow Mine. That being said, the Hellion's going to make its way in. Probes are pulled, and they're going to be stacked up. I don't know about that, Rostock, mate. Probably not the best play. Still, I think this Hellion is going to go down to Kirktown pretty soon. One Adept going to cancel the Shade and stay back defensively. The other trying to catch up with it. At least deflecting him back home. Alright, that being said, Medevac is out. Armory's going down. We're going for, a 2 Marine, 1 Widow Mine. What? 2 Marine, 1 Widow Mine drop. Milky Cow always has the strangest one of these things here. Papua New Guinea? New Guinean Dave Testa? Yeah, exactly, Holden. I know, it's funny. It is funny. I saw it before, too, but I just cracked up last night when I just saw it. I'm like, man, you people's crazy, is what I said. Alright. See what this Widow Mine gets done. I would say, if anything, it looks like it is going to take out an Adept. So at the end of the day, it's not big of a deal, but there's a Hellion and a Widow Mine coming behind. That being said, there is an Observer here. The Adept and 2 Stalkers actually doing a good damage point against it. The 2 Marines, the Widow Mine, getting some more work done, just being annoying. But realistically, this is a good defense from Rostock. Holy crap. He only lost 3 probes and an Adept, guys. But look at this. That's such a weird play from Milky Cow. Imagine walking a Widow Mine across the map with a Hellion behind it while you do a 2 Marine, 1 Widow Mine push. So strange. And now there's a Raven follow-up. Did that Adept see it, by the way? I don't think so, but that is just weird sauce. Well, I don't know. Yeah, he's got his Observer back. I was just saying, I don't know for sure about this Observer going out. That being said, Rostock is going to lose a couple probes to this auto turret. The Stalkers coming. It's not like that devastating of damage. And in fairness, Milky Cow is quite delayed on a CC and everything from opening 1-1-1 before, but not quite a 1 base all-in. He's just opening kind of like Milky Cow, I guess. But look at him. He's fine. He's not that behind in workers, which is the crazy part. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Mules are a hell of a drug. It's an imagined Terran a little bit. I'm just thinking what Rostock's Observer must be thinking. He's like, how the hell do you have all this crap? You know, after that early Armory Widow Mine nonsense. Well, I like this, though. Milky Cow looks like he's going to get the Observer with the 2 Cyclones, maybe. Okay, he's just kidding. He's not going to at all. Extended Thermal Lance finishing up for Rostock behind it. See what happens here. And we got laser beamed Marines over here. With a singular Marine, it was a scout. Alright, I wanted to just say that Observer, unless he's like shift clicking it, that was some interesting micro of the Observer by Rostock. He's literally like sending it right into the Raven. Well, clearly there's like a Raven and some army around. I don't know what he was thinking there. Observers do cost some gas and take time to make, so... Still, he had eyes on the army the whole time, and I think... We see here, we're going to have stim, combat shields, +1. Unless Rostock moves out. He's setting up for a 4th base in 7 minutes, which is kind of... Or ish. Alright, but realistically, he's going to need some army to fight this. If he doesn't take this 4th base, which I don't imagine he will, right this second, and get some army out, he'll be just fine. Charges finishing up. He has a 3rd Colossi coming. It's a nasty tank spot, but not a lot of Terran units, really. It's not like that big of an army. The auto turrets, well, that makes it a little different, but still. Oh no, Zealot's going behind to eat a Widow Mine. And some tank shots. Nice target firing with the tank, but it is going to go down. That being said, some workers fall. Templar Archive staves. There's that for Rostock. Milky Cow just sent in reinforcements left and right. Quite literally. He's going to back off with his first drop a little bit. Going in with the second. Rostock is going to try to take a 4th base. I kind of don't hate it, but at the same time, he's going to be very careful. He could be pumping out some units if he's on a production wall. He can do something else. Oh, Rostock definitely wants to cancel that. Like, hear me out, guys. I'm in the old school camp of thought that I'm trying to break that habit. Where like, well, you know, you want to get that 4th base at a good time. So you have that 1 base advantage against Terran. But realistically, once you get the 3 bases... If you're getting pushed on 2 fronts, or you have a very aggressive Terran, you're probably better off holding the push and then taking... You gotta gauge the situation, right? Like if it's a drop Terran, maybe you can get it, but it's just a calculated risk. At that point is how I look at it. Oh, the 2 medevacs are scouted, and what's this Warp Prism doing? Absolutely nothing. We do have a big drop right here. It's scouted as well. This game is kind of funny because they're kind of just derping around. Still the bigger push coming down here, I think. It's actually a big army for Milky Cow, obviously. Templar Archives going down, and we're not even making any. Imagine if he built... Like, I'll be real, guys, after watching Nightmare yesterday. Nightmare in the OSC Masters Cup did a fantastic job against Bion. And he was using High Templar. A lot of people just forget about High Templar, but he built the Templar Archives. You might as well use it, mate, even though you don't have Storm. What you do is you get those feedbacks out for medevacs. Got him against the Raven. And you can make Archons, obviously, but feedbacks are pretty good against Terran, more than... It's just amazing how many times people get too afraid of using High Templar because of Ghost. But since the Ghost nerf, I feel like they're not quite... They're like almost useful now. Teasing, guys, teasing. Anyway, Colossi moving in. This is Protoss bias day for the moment. That's also because I haven't had much sleep. And that's alright. We're just memeing. Alright, EMPs are going to do a good job on the Zealots. Wait, we do have the High Templar, but no Storm again. I like that he's using him now. But he could have used that a while ago. All those drops. Still, it's a base trade, and this is an unnecessary... This is only a 5... Like, guys, this is like 6 Marines, bro. Warping some Zealots back home, homie. You know what? Like, he's literally giving up a base that's still got tons of minerals. Like, this is kind of a little unnecessary. That's a very Artosis 2 pylons. Ah, Rostock. Mate, you're not going to win. If he loses this fight from some of these things, I'm going to be very... Why did he GG? Oh, no. Ah, the pain. Why did he GG? You could have won that. Poor Rostock. Oh, man, that is painful. He's down to 15 supply. Because he didn't need to be down to 15 supply. That was the most preventable base, like that base trade. He should have won it. Ah. I know he was down in supply killer Caterpillar. It's what was going on during that fight. He should have been warping in just a couple of units back home and he would have been perfectly fine. Ay. That was a very, very... I don't know. I mean, I don't hate the GG after everything was said and done, but that's very unlucky that he didn't. I think he was so committed on the push, he didn't even care about the natural. But it was so few units. Where he could have had even more economy and been. I think he could have backed off. He could have disengaged a little. But still, it was a good game. Good game. And how you doing, Global Zen and Killer Caterpillar and Life's a Baller? Don't mind me. I'm just malding. Milky Cow is a great player. But I think Rostock actually had a pretty good chance there. That's why I said. Ooh, guys, guess who we have next? We have the debut for OSC. We have Mr. Fiant. My boy, Mr. Fiant versus Milky Cow. They're easy to mesh up. Here's the thing, guys. I'm a little biased here because I happen to be quite good when I get in those situations against base trading Terran a little later on in the game. It ain't always easy. But you need special tactics. I know Heliotropic Moth. What a name, by the way. I believe I know you, but... Alright, guys, we're going into Fiant versus Milky Cow. I should start putting players' titles here. Again, I'm just feeling it for Rostock. Yeah, it's a little frustrating, but... Alright, so we have a point on the board for the man in the upper left. In the blue, give it up for move. No, it's Milky Cow. His opponent in the bottom right, representing Team Arati. It is Fiant. Fun story, guys. This young man, I've known for a long time. I was rooting for him for a long time. Exactly. We have Moth and Caterpillar in chat. Killer Caterpillar's like, yo, I'll be a moth one day. That's pretty funny. I was thinking along the same lines. Alright, it looks to be a pretty standard opener so far for Milky Cow and Mr. Fiant. And, well, actually, not really. Fiant's going for a 15 hatch. I'm actually a little confused. You don't really see 15 hatches that often in this matchup. He's got to be going for some kind of roach build or something because he's going 15 hatch, 15 pool against Terran. What is Fiant doing? This could be fun. I've definitely seen it. It's just not all that common in my eyes. I'm curious to see what our young Zerg player can do with this. And I will say this, Fiant has improved a ton. So, in the past, I'd say probably I would favor Milky Cow pretty one-sidedly, but I'm not so sure now. Fiant's improved a lot. Curious to see what our boy Mr. Fiant can do over here. Hey, how you doing, Lord Straight? Alright, as we get into it, there's two queens, no links with this build. Interesting. And he's still going to have a regular time third base, more or less. So far, anyway. It's also been 2 gas saturation. I am really actually a little confused of what Fiant's doing. He didn't get metabolic boost. Obviously, with 2 gas saturation, it takes quite a while for it to fill up. He only has the queen to defend. He's going to lose a drone. And oh no, the Reaper is going to live with just 4 HP. And Milky Cow is going to be absolutely happy about that. That Reaper's just out of there like, bye, Felicia. That queen's name is not Brenda. This one is Felicia right here, guys, just so you know. Felicia's a little maudlin that she did not catch that Reaper right here. And Milky Cow going for a 3cc build, so he's likely to go Banshees, I would imagine. And Barracks is going to land if he gets a Tech Lab. We know for sure. We're pretty sure. He could go for like a stem build or something. 1-1-1, but we'll see. Don't see any tech lab in production. 2 Hellions are on their way out, and the starport start. And there's the tech lab. A little late, but I think it does time out still pretty good. Should be pretty close. Tech lab's finished a lot faster than a starport. Alright, third hatch is on the way. Gonna be popping up here. And metabolic boost. This is a really late link speed, but I guess it was just to get faster queens, a faster hatch, and start the creep spread a little early. Or and jacks for that matter. Alright, Banshee is on the way. No cloak just yet. The Overlord's gonna scout the build. He sees it's 3cc. Cloak Banshee, a very standard DBZ opener. Milky Cow. Alrighty. And, yeah, just... we're approaching 3 base saturation for Mr. Fion. He is probably going to set up for a 4th base here in a little bit. Obviously not this early. Usually not this early, but... no real, like, tech moves just yet. He's still got his 2 drones on gas. Obviously not a very gas-heavy play just yet, but he's going to go into his lair. I wouldn't hate to see him get a couple evos pretty soon if this is how he's playing it. But anyway, one thing important is he's going to need these spores. He's getting him. Cloak is about to finish, and we do have Stim on the way, because he did get a good scout. Truth be told, this was a pretty good scout from Fiat. You got a whole read of the situation. He is responding in kind. It's kind of why I was a little quiet there for a second. I'm like, let's see if Mr. Fiat actually does this. Hey, welcome, Christiana. What's up, bruh? Bruh. We got a jabroni in the house. We got Mr. Christiana. Are you playing today, sir? Or are you not sure? We got our young Polish Protoss buddy. I called Geralt young too, even though you're a couple years younger. He's still young too. In the chat. Mr. Christiana. Heck yeah, you're playing noise. Good job at the Masters Cup yesterday, by the way. You played really well. How did it feel to beat SOS? I know SOS hasn't played, you know, he hasn't been playing, obviously, but I wondered if that meant anything to you. If you think about it. You beat SOS, dude. It's actually pretty base. Alright, guys. Sorry to distract. Just wondering if Christiana heard me on that. I don't know about you guys. I'd be like, yo, dude. I beat SOS. Yeah, that was actually a massive run by. At the same time, the Banshee's got 8 kills behind us. I know I wasn't looking there. I got all distracted thinking of Christiana bullying SOS. Aye. Excuse me, guys. We're just built differently today. Speaking of being built differently, these Hellions are pretty beat up. There are some queens here defending. Honestly, Milky Cow's probably not going to have him live if he's a little reckless with him, but still. Decent defense from Fiat. The run by was sick, but at the end of the day, it was a wash for what was killed. Truthfully. Hey, May. Thank you for the raid, May. Guys, make sure you give her a follow. Hope you had a good stream, May. And I responded back to you yesterday. I forgot that was your alt account on Kirktown there. Hope you had a good one, though. Alright, anyway. We'll clean up here. Milky Cow trying to find some value. How you guys doing? Welcome, Raiders and all that. Weeson in a huge boulder as well. If somebody wants to shout out May, please do. Got placed at 3250 MMR with my Terran. Oh, yeah. Nice. Good. Alright, anyway. Widowmine actually not doing a decent job there. And Fion doesn't have a ton of army here to hold, but it's really just this drop. That's the threat, obviously, for the moment. So he needs to get these Banes out. Looks like they're going to start to be target fire, potentially. Actually, this could be a bit of a blunder, but it's not. Milky Cow manages to save it. Manages to save it. And Fiant is going for what I call the creep nipple. Rather than a creep tumor, he's building a macro hatch up there. But oh no, the Baneling nest is going down. It's a nice snipe. 8 drones to boot behind it. On the other side, that's from the Banshees over here. And 8 drones in this base, there was no detection while that fight was going on. And it's a beautiful cleanup from workers from Mr. Milky Cow. Milky Cow's just kind of going full send realistically. He's not quite going for his 4th base yet. He's probably going to drop one at some point, but he might just commit on these 3 bases. And it's just going to be a 3 base all in. At this rate. I don't hate this. In a weird way, Fiat is just going... you know, you can't really base trade a Terran per se, Zerg, but you can go just try to kill him on the other side of the map. And to a point, I really don't hate that. He needs to get some worker damage. He knows he's losing a lot of workers. Fiant's obviously doing a great job macroing, but he's got drilling claws, all sorts of stuff coming up here. Oh my god, 23 workers fell for Milky Cow. But again, tunneling claws, the upgrades are going to be a big problem. It's just 1-1 for Fiat. He isn't going into 2-2, but Milky Cow's going to have vehicle plating in 2-2 for infantry armor and weapons, which is a big deal. And guys, do me a favor. If you got a few dollary dues, use the Matcherino. We're doing a 24 hours set of events for OSC. We're hoping to get some support to boost the prize pool, to help contribute to the prize pool, etc. for the World Championship coming up. This is King of the Hill at the moment. I think Kozan casted earlier this morning a 2v2 tournament. And then we had... what did the Ducklings cast? GG's called. Oh my god, and Fiant comes in a bloody mess. He had enough, and he took Milky Cow out. Let's go, Fiant. What a timing for me to start talking about the event, huh? And Fiant just comes in here and murders him. Fiant OP, man. Damn. Look at this kid. Oh man, I cannot believe that. He says he's just confidently like, ZVT's my best matchup, mate. Okay, NA. He says crazy what hard work does. How you doing, Sinzin? What's up, guys? We're going on to NA for our next matchup. We got Han Mono versus Fiat. I'm going to see if these guys can give me just a moment. If you guys don't mind, I need to go get something. And I need to go blow my nose. And I need to join the channel first. Give me just a moment, guys. What's up, Anders? Need to do something. All right, guys, bear with me. How y'all doing? Again, it was a rough start to the day. I'm not going to lie. I literally rolled out of bed, and here I am. To give you an idea of the kind of evening I had. Did we play West? I gotta find out. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we have Han Mono and Fiat. How you guys doing? This should be fun. Fiat is feeling really strong against Terran. I've seen him. He's usually pretty good, but still, to me, it blows my mind. I remember seeing this kid in the freaking Legion Cup a couple of years ago, and here he is bullying Milky Cow. Back then, I'd say, well, it'd be a reach for him to be, like, the favored player. And he just body slammed him. He just picked him up and freaking body slammed him. I love Milky Cow. Milky Cow is a pretty good Terran player. But Fiat, my man, just freaking body slammed the dude. Doing good. Had some pasta carbonara. No, I'm not ready for Atlanta, to be honest. And I realize I'm only there for 2 days, so I'm kind of like, you know, thinking about it. I don't know how this goes because they did a veto. This time we're on Gref's Van, not Gref's Van, guys. Actually, we're going to rename this map to Gref's Van. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner, representing Hyper 1. The team of the map maker. Hyper 1, it is Han Mono in the teal. Our cheeky Terran player. His opponent in the bottom right, representing Team Roddy. That's right, guys, the team of Mr. Caster guy who stayed up like a crazy amount of time to cast I Am Katowice qualifiers. It is Fiat. Actually, it was kind of crazy last night. I didn't cast because we had so many casters. I go, why? I'm taking the night off, and I didn't even ladder. I was so tired. And then I ended up, you know, kicking a few back, watching a little too much. How you doing, Night Phoenix? What's up, buddy? Sure, I'm going to start seeing some more of the players come in here. Are you playing today? I would imagine. Nice. Good to see you, kiddo. How you doing? You doing good? And I might see you if you're there the next one. I know you've been going to some stuff. There is a remote possibility I might see you in, it's on my, like, wishful thinking. I'm going to get my passport and see what happens. There's a remote possibility of you seeing Dave at Home Story Cup 25, by the way. You made a tattoo? Oh, boy, you got a tattoo. Ay, 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 ay. Night Phoenix getting older here. You can't leave Recreate anymore? Oof. Oh, no. That's rough, Night Phoenix. Alright, here we go. Reaper opener. Looks like... I have a feeling Milky Cow. It's Han Mono, so I'm not really sure what he's going to do, to be honest, guys. He can play mech for all we know. He could be playing mech for all we know. Han Mono does some... He's usually a bio player, but I've seen him pull some cheeky stuff out against her. It seems to be pretty standard, to be honest. And honestly, when Han Mono actually plays macro games and not going to cheese people out, he's actually a pretty good player. But he might... I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 2-base all-in or something cheeky out of him. Han Mono was our 2v2 champion? Let's go! Nice, Eddie. Thank you for letting us know that. I'm sorry I didn't look at the results. If there's anything you need to share, Eddie, let me know. If you want to hop in here and say something too. Because, guys, this is a fundraiser in honor of the 11th year. That's right, 11 years of OSC. That's a lot of StarCraft that they put out and partnered up with people. Guys like Chicken Man and the Cranky Ducklings. In the past, we've had Pig and Wardy. It's pretty cool. 11 years is nothing to freaking gawk at, guys. That's a long time and a big commitment to StarCraft, too. It's like the whole time of the game's been out. Think about it. Pretty much. kind of wild. I mean, some of our players, like Fiant's basically 11 years old, guys. Night Phoenix is basically 11 years old. I'm only teasing you, Night Phoenix. I know you're not 11 years old, man. But, come on. Only teasing. I'm just putting it in perspective. But you're not that much older. Realistically. A bit more, but not that much. Only teasing, bud. I got nothing bad to say about Night Phoenix. Or Fiant. Han Mono, on the other hand, the kid can be pretty BM sometimes. Sends me some pretty interesting messages. How you doing, Pikachu? But congrats, I gotta tell him congrats after. That's cool, Han Mono won the 2v2. Who was his partner? I forgot to ask Eddie, who was his partner? If it's a 2v2 tournament, I'm wondering who Han Mono won with. Mio Micah? Oh, dude, Mio and Han Mono? That's actually a disgusting one. How you doing, Azura? That's actually a disgusting combination. Imagine playing against Han Mono and Mio. Like, I love Mio too, but man, those guys gotta have the craziest, greasiest 2v2 builds. A Terran and a Zerg in 2v2. You all good? Little sniffly. Had a bit of a late night last night. My cats actually kept me up after too, so it's rough. I was watching way too much StarCraft. I literally had like all three of my monitors going, my phone and a tablet watching StarCraft last night. It was kind of crazy, and then I ended up having a few with Mr. Yeti. Oh no, but way too much beer too is the result. That's the problem. That was the problem. All right, that being said, we do have a 1-1 in Combat Shields follow-up. It's just a Mono's playing it pretty standard. He went for a 2-on-1. That's about it, but he's not able to go across the map. Fiant being pretty aggressive. The Ling run buys in the last game were sick. I'm actually still, like, Fiant's pretty confident about it, but I'm still impressed at how he played that out. He just went, nope, we're going full send across the map. He had some pretty decent defense, honestly. He was multitasking quite well. And that's full send across the map. It's a very nice victory. Well, that being said, Han Mono doesn't really have anything over here. He's trying desperately to get into the bunker. Get in the chopper. Wait, never mind. Choppers are here. 2 medevacs going into the main base. Only 2 Lings to scout. Fiant's right on top of it. The Overlord helped. He knew there were 2 medevacs there. That was a good response nonetheless. The Widow Mine, though. Oh, Fiant, not like this. Okay. Never mind. Just kidding. He's fine. He does lose a bunch of Lings. Oh, no. The Queens are off creep. Fiant is going into centrifugal hooks. He doesn't have any Banelings. Doesn't really have that many Lings either, but medevac's running away. Oh my god. Does the Queen catch it? Oh, unfortunately. Imagine if that had a head start. That second medevac would have been Dunsville. Someone called my name. How you doing, Mio Micah? Congrats on your 2v2 victory earlier today. How you doing, Mio? It's really late for you. What's up, buddy? But congrats, you and Han Mono are like a force to be reckoned with in 2v2s, I bet. I'm gonna have to watch that on, I guess Kozan was streaming it on the Matcherino stream? Yeah, still, yeah. You guys are funny. Well, the Queens are running back. And the creep is getting cleaned up. Let's see what happens here. It's a little different than the previous game. Han Mono going for a big Marine tank push. He's not going Widow Mines where we're going. And honestly, kind of wish he did. 2-1-1, I think, is definitely you can see the server difference. I mean, obviously we'll see 2-1-1s on EU, but Fiant might have a little bit more difficulty. He's playing on West. But this is a beautiful full 360 surround. Holy crap. That was a great play from Fiant. Fiant just cleans it right up. Man, Fion is really good at ZVT. That was honestly pretty impressive. A beautiful 360 surround. I thought Hamano might be able to get a little work done right there. Fion's defense has been pretty good. Obviously, Hamano trading a little more efficiently is the case, but it's what was traded out. Fion's starting to get some creep spread a little bit. He's getting some more hatches. And Hanmano is going to try to get some more damage with drops. But Fion's already starting to go on the other side of the map. He's trying to get a Bane Bust. This Sim City's actually pretty cool from Hanmano. I got to hand it to him. Alright, so even though these drops are coming, this is a massive Bane Bust. Again, the Sim City might actually just help out. I think this is a full wall. This is entirely a full wall. It's a lot of Banelings. They don't give a crap about the wall. Still, the Marines are going to chew some of them up. And the base is saved. Only 2 workers. That was, again, to the credit of the Sim City. I think that actually helped Mr. Hanmano out quite a bit. Alright, Hanmano go into the main as well as this 4th or 5th base for Fion. Marauder actually helping out a little bit. Hanmano has to get the hell out of there. He's not getting much over there. At the end of the day, no drones fell. Hanmano, is he going to drop down here and try to get something going for the Queen? I think this is going to be probably a dead medevac too. Hanmano, I don't know. Oh my god. Hanmano has to be careful if he wants to save these medevacs. Oh, never mind. Speaking of careful. What is careful, by the way, guys? In a weird way, he could have escaped with the other medevac, but I don't think it matters. He's coming for this big push. Hanmano accidentally has one of these medevacs. Maybe it's not accidentally. I think it is actually, guys. That full medevac of Marines right there. Pretty much full. Gonna look for the surround on the other side, so Hanmano can. I'd like to see some pre-splits, but he's not pre-splitting. There's a group of Banelings coming. He's gonna push up, and he's saying hell with it. Very aggressive push from Hanmano, and he is. He's not really like macroing behind this. I shouldn't say. He's getting the planetary. He did drop the 4th, but he's being very aggressive. So I feel like he's committing a bit more. The Hydras are out for Fion. And Fion is desperately trying to hold his 3rd here. That being said, the medevac's going down. There goes the high ground. He needs to push up here. GP is called. Hanmano takes it. And honestly, that got a little close. I think it was very well played by both of them. But it was kind of a little back and forth for where I thought it was going. Fia had a lot of pain. And I think that was a... He's like, it's unplayable. Yeah. I'm kind of agreeing with him, though. He goes, you know, that's just, it's unplayable on that server for him in Europe. I go, it's literally like me playing in Korea. You won't see me play in Korea because from New York to Korea, who do we got next? All right. Guys, I'm going to take just a couple minutes. Well, I'm not going to take a couple minutes, but we have a couple minutes. We're getting our next player in. They need a few to show up. We have Eba coming up. It's actually a funny swap. Be right back. All right, guys. Just waiting for Eba. Eba, are you alive? Oh, we have Harstem. Really? We have Harstem instead of Eba? Harstem's in this? Harstem versus Han Mono. I was not expecting that. The captain, guys. Ahoy, laddies. Fuck, I lit my cigarette backwards. And it's his debut. He's never played in King of the Hill. Hey, what up, Foxer? How you doing, brother? The captain's coming. Hell yeah. Oops. Ahoy, Captain. Well, this is funny. Guys, can I roast Harstem like he roasts everybody in his videos? Like Slip Chip? Alright, nice. This is gonna be fun. What's the server? All right, so here we are. I was just saying Han Mono's behaving today, too. No BM, and it's true, guys. We have the captain versus Han Mono. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. I don't think I've ever casted Harstem. That's a first for me. Now that I think about it. But anyway, I don't think it'll be easy because Harstem's playing with a lot of pink guys spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Alcione. In the blue, representing Hyper 1, it is Han Mono. And in the bottom left, representing Shopify Rebellion in the red, it is the captain himself, Mr. Harstem, our Protoss player, in his debut appearance in this 11-year special edition of the OSC. The 24 hours of multiple events. Chicken Man's coming up next, I believe. Actually, guys, by the way. Hot Lips. Well, Chicken Man, I believe, will be doing the next event after this one. All right, guys. The captain is going out. I might make a little tweet in between here, too. Not really for a... Interesting. Harstem has a different approach. I've seen him do this quite a bit, though. He's going for a gate gas scout, literally almost to the point where he gets his core before that. And just a little comment. I've been noticing more often than not, we're starting to see a shift in different people's styles more, and something that some of you might find silly for me to say, in the Reaper walling. Some people have completely abandoned it. Oh, Just Jordan will take over the King of the Hill next for 4 hours, then continue for another 4 covering the Rising Star. And oh, okay. Chicken Man's the last caster. I didn't realize Just Jordan. I forgot. So I'm the third caster. Just Jordan's next. Thank you for that, Eddie. Wow, he's going for 8 hours. It's a long day for Mr. Jordan. So yeah, we got a lot of OSC here. which was obvious, but Harstam, by the way, did a great job at forcing Hanmano to take his CC off location, so that's going to delay him a little bit. It's not like super consequential, but it is quite annoying. Let's be real. Harstam going out for an Adept is going for a Twilight opener. Click. Thank you for that, Eddie, by the way. So you guys know what's coming on. You know what to expect. My apologies for mixing it up a little bit. I did check it out, too, before. I just kind of had a moment. All right, Adept is going to finish its Shade and get a little work here on the other side. Well, nice save for the SCV by Hanmano. I actually like that. He barely saves it. Is he going to get away with it? Yeah, I think that SCV's going to live for now. Hanmano actually having quite the delay there. Marines actually blocking the pathing. It's quite annoying. The captain's going to escape with the Adept. Actually, funnily enough, Harstam has no Stalker out after. No, interesting. He totally skipped the Stalker. This is just 2 Adepts. He doesn't even have 3 Adepts. It's kind of a bold move in a way. Hanmano going with these Marines to push across the map, but realistically, I think Harstam should be able to defend this. Harstam has no idea this is coming, but he is going to scout it. But right now, actually, nice cancel on the Shade. He's going to have to send the other Adept back, I think. No, he's not. He's in his hold tower. Just a couple Stalkers out. Stem is not done. A couple of Hellions are here. Yeah, he may want the other Adept back now. But there are 2 Hellions here. Oh, he's scouting for the push. All right. Adept's very injured. All right, that explains it. It's that one from before. I guess it wouldn't do too much in a fight anyway, so he's figuring, we're going to keep the watchtower so we have some information. War Prism is on the way for Harstam, the captain, going out for a big push. Alright, guys, the Hellions making their move across the map. Yo, Micah, you're still awake, brother? How you doing it? We're all a bunch of StarCraft degens, apparently. Even Mr. Mio. Alright, more Stalkers going full send across the map. The Hellions still got their presence. Harstam, is he going to wall? I think he is. He's keeping that probe there if he can multitask it up. Oh, nice pylon. Granted, it's by a little bit of time. Harstam is going to have to warp in a couple Stalkers over here to defend. It's like he's going full send almost. He can cancel the pylon. Actually, nice catch on the tank, but this is a little bit aggressive. Let's see how Harstam micros his way out of this. Hanmano buying time. Stem's finishing. He only has a couple Marines, though. The tank is what he really needs, but Stem will certainly help. It realistically doesn't have a lot. The Hellions actually keeping some of the Stalkers back. Is going to buy Hanmano sometime, but is it going to be enough? No combat shields on the way. I wouldn't hate if he went concussive shells, as dumb as it sounds, guys. Oh, Harstam even gets the 3rd base up. This pylon slowly going to be chiseled at. What's more important is the other side of the map in a way, as long as that wall holds. 4 workers falling. The tank is going to be sieged. Harstam looks like he's almost getting this base. He really wants this base. And getting the base could be huge. This game's kind of scrappy. Just a bit. On the other side of it, the Blink Stalkers go through, the walls being rebuilt, and the natural falls for Hanmano, guys. Honestly, that should be game. Hanmano is going to go full send across the map now. It's going to be a base trade on one base with literally like the entire natural mineral line in a weird timing. But Hanmano basically has to. He lost his nat, guys. Again, I know combat shields are really good. Now it's a different story, but I think concussive shell Marauders would have been pretty nice. And just kind of the timing. That was just a really good play. Very good execution on that 4-gate blink from Harstam. Hanmano's forced to chase this. That's like not what you want to do, unfortunately, in this situation, but he has to. He has no choice. The army's a threat, and he knows that the economy's growing. Charge is coming down, and Immortal's here, and then there's going to be a recall. I think Hanmano's in some serious trouble. This game is kind of wild. Harstam is playing with a lot of ping, mind you, too. Damn. This is a pretty big push. The War Prism going behind this, picking off reinforcements with the Zealots. This third base can go down and it doesn't matter. Arstam knows that. Arstam absolutely knows that. It's 1 base to 2 bases now. And with the Immortals, with the Charge Lots, with the Stalkers, Hanmano's hoping to breach this. He just has some Marines left. There's not a medevac in sight. We just weren't there yet. The WW, aka the GG, is called, and the captain is going to advance. Let's go. Very well done by both of them. Hanmano did skull. Oof. That was kind of unlucky. Hanmano said 3K moment. Get some rest. He said he had a 3K moment. Alright, the captain is going to be facing his next opponent. Damn, Harstam played really well considering the ping there, too. Alright, I'm going to find out Harstam's next opponent. Harstam is going to advance. The captain. Oh, Iba next in EU. Alright. Alright. Very cool stuff. I just let Harstam know I don't see him. Alright, guys, so we have Harstam versus Iba. Here we go. The cowboy. Harstam versus Iba, guys. This is pretty wild. Where's Iba? I don't see him here. Unless he changed his name? No. I don't see him. Where is that kid? Did Iba have to go to bed? Hold on, I'm gonna tell him. Here he is. We got Iba versus the captain. He has shown up. The young man did not have to go to bed. He's now out walking his dog like Slip Chip. Maybe that's where he was. He's here. Mr. Iba. So, guys, again, this is in benefit of the World Championship. If you wouldn't mind helping us out with the Matcherino, we do appreciate it. If you got a few dollars hanging around, I'm going to put some money in there too. That should be pretty cool. And that is at the end of all of it. All right. This is cool. First time Hearthstone has played in this, guys. There's also some free sponsor quests and stuff still. Okay, yeah. Guys, please use those. Eddie, thank you for that. I didn't know if there were any left, but that's awesome. Please do use those. We do appreciate it. And also, consider if you want, you can get a membership to this. I think OSC needs a little help, guys. If you sign up, like, you can win spots in tournaments that have them. Unfortunately, I don't have the time I used to, or in some cases, I'll admit it, the money. We put a lot of money in tournaments. Hopefully, I'll have some more. I'm hoping next year I might change my schedule up so we do a little more events at different times. So some of you guys in the EU and NA buddies have a better time for some, because we do KSL. I'm going to try to have to get up earlier in the morning to do them for some of them, but I'd like to do a good in-between time like I always used to. Oh. Sorry, Hearthstone. They're waiting, so I'll just do it Site Delta. All right, let's see here. Guys, hang on. I'm just trying to get the lobby set up. I'm just waiting for the players, and we'll get this started. Apparently, they wanted me to make the lobby. Well, we just did a little discrepancy here. All right. How you doing, Bane? Bane on Riders. All right, guys. Let's see how this one goes out. Will the young man from Platinum Heroes take it? Or is Hearthstone going to continue to be the king? The man in the upper left-hand corner from Platinum Heroes. Here he is in the red. It is Iba. Playing the Zorg. And his opponent in the bottom right. He's the captain, but right now he's going by the cowboy. It is Harstem, our Protoss player. Alright, Harstem just going for a Gate Scout more than likely. Maybe even a Gate Nexus Scout. We'll see. I'm sure he's just going to do a Gate Scout. We'll see. Is Iba Imba? You know, I was thinking about it. Oh, wait. Iba actually dropped the spray. Look at this, guys. In Iba fashion. So when Harstem scouts this, he's going to see the spray. I love it. I absolutely love it, guys. Is it Iba or do I suck? Ah, that's so funny. Big true Bane Riders. That's actually hilarious. Harstem seeing the spray. I wonder if we got any banner. Harstem's probably like, okay, he sprayed me. Alright, Harstem is going for a 20 Nexus, 20 core. Pool going down for Mr. Iba. I'm just going to saturate up here a bit. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm sorry, that is pretty good. I wish that was a little earlier, mate, but when we were in the lobby, that would have been funny to say. Alright, let's see what we got here. Mr. Harstem. He's just like, oh boy, there's the spray again. Iba. Bringing out the memes. Alright, he's just going 2 Lings. Metabolic before hatch. Pretty standard opener from the young lad. From the UK. Alright, first depth is going to shade right across the map. Iba doing a good job splitting his Lings off, though. Might be able to make it here before the second adept. Harstem not using a chrono boost yet or anything, so I'm curious to see what's going on. It is a Stargate opener, by the way. Nothing too cheeky. Iba is going to get these Lings in. Oh, boy. Iba going for a full scout. He's going to confirm that it is a Stargate opener. And maybe even get a probe. At least be annoying. Nice micro by Harstem, though. Very well done. The adapt's even going to go back up and chase this. Harstem is actually doing a pretty good job of splitting the probes up there, not putting too much attention on. What happened to the other depth? The other depth's going back home. Oh, Iba being damn annoying with these 2 Zerglings. Doesn't get a kill, but still, between the scouting, he delayed the second adept going out. Harstem is now just going to defend. Basically, what he did is he denied a lot of scouting for the captain. Oracle is on its way out. Very good job. Very, very good job. Oracle is going to go right past the Lings. He's just going to go right across the map anyway. Yeah, Harstem may want to save that pylon or try to. He does do so, but it does take a little bit of hull damage. Second Oracle is on the way. Is this going to be a Blink Stalker opener? I have a feeling it will be, but we'll see. Blink Stalker follow-up, I should say. Curious to see if Harstem gets a Forge. Right now, it's just a Twilight. Iba is going into that melee, and I think that's a smart move. Did get 1 kill with Z Oracle, but it was just a Ling. So, no drones down just yet. Second Oracle is going to join the party. The Disco Balls trying to find some value. Actually, they could get a couple drones. Iba with some good defense, though. Harstem unable to find some right there, but he might get some over here. 2, 3, 4, and like no hull damage. Actually, very well done by Harstem. Gets 4 drones for absolutely no hull damage. Is it that devastating to Iba? Not totally, but very cost efficient for Harstem, I'd say, to say the least. Okay, the Oracle's coming up. That is 1 dead Overlord for Iba. And Iba was supply block. He is supply blocked at 74. Oh my god. We're going to have to make another meme, guys. It's Iba Tree Zelda. I mean, Iba Tree. For that 74 supply block. Only teasing. I don't want to make the young lad mad at me. Say I'm a jerk. Well, Oracle's taking a bit of a beating. Eba taking the 12 o'clock position base is all right for him because these Oracles are all to the left side. Blink is not quite done for Harston, but he is going to find an Overlord for free. Potentially two. We'll see what happens. Still, it's a bit of a bold move. Yeah, actually, Harston's missing the Overlord on the left, but I don't think he saw it. The Oracles with this are going to help, but again, no Blink. He's forced to recall. Harston has a couple of stray Stalkers, which I think will go down. Man, they got a weird pathing to go back to. Okay, Blink may finish up eventually here, but it seems like it takes Blink forever to go. Harston just now going into +1 ground weapons. A little later Forge, a little later +1 behind it. Some people do play it like this. But usually I'm a fan of the Forge, the Blink, and the +1 a lot faster myself. But like I said, different situations. It's a slightly different build, and he's going for more Stalkers consequently. Did get some decent damage, but still, I think he did lose... How many Stalkers? 4 Stalkers. Oof. It's actually rough. That's a lot. It sounds crazy, but that's actually a lot to lose that early on. I don't think it's like game ending by any means. I think it might lead to be a tough shot here. Harston is going into charge, Templar Archives, and has his Robo finishing. Eba, on the other hand, going for a Baneling Nest and ranged attacks. We don't see a Roach Warren just yet. Okay, now we see the Roach Warren going down. Quite the late Roach Warren for Eba. Wait, one Ling being damn annoying. Does it get any kills? Did it get a kill? It's going to. All right, here we go. Big fight coming on here. The Lings are going to be a Pulsar beam to death, but one Ling's getting 3 workers. Getting 4 workers. One Ling! This Ling is a hero, guys. Lenny the Ling right here. Give it up for Lenny the Ling. Taking this out. What spray is that? You don't have it? That's, I don't know how you get that one. TBH, I forgot. That Ling gets 4 kills. Doing the best trades for Eba all game other than those 4 Stalkers. Ay. Alright, the captain is going to have charge, but right now it's slow Zealots. It'd be very unfortunate if they were caught out of position on the map. So Harstum's playing it how you should do this, though. He's putting fights on 2 different locations. He's going Blink Stalkers on one side. He's going Zelly Boys for a run by the other. There's a lot in defense. Eba split up his army, too. As he should. Alright, the Zealots over here. Kind of taking a fight into the Lings. Forcing Eba's army apart a little bit. The Archon's actually going to be pretty good here. One does take quite a bit of shield damage. Unfortunately for Harston, he's not going to be able to keep up too much over there. Like, if he does any warpins, they're going to have to be from the third base. Oracle's coming out. We do have an Immortal, so it's Immortal Archon charged a lot with Storm. So he's going to get some High Templars with Storm, and I do like that. Eba is just going into Glial Reconstitution. Oracle's sitting over here trying to find some workers, but this is the 5th base. Harston on 4. Eba's not a horrible spot, and neither is Harston, but Harston's actually, his army supply's pretty big, guys. For a Protoss to be that close in army supply, he's doing something right. And that's been some decent trades. Oracle's catching a few drones. The Warp Prism's out. I think Harston wants to get in. Is he going to go in the main base? The main base is relatively, actually very unprotected, so I really wouldn't hate that. If you just sent the Warp Prism up into the main base of Eba. Alright. Guys, we're going to find out right here. Is it Eba or do I suck? And we all know I suck, but still. On the other side of it, on the west side, Eba is trying to go in, but guess what? He's going to have to return home. Harston getting some good drone kills. Decent drone kills, actually. This Zealot run by was pretty big. The drop's there. He warps into the main base, and even more... Oh my god, even more damage is getting dealt. Harston, are we paying attention to our Warp Prism, mate? There is a queen here. There's 3 queens. Captain, we got to be careful. I know you want to kill this, but you also want to save this Warp Prism. Harston, Eba's giving you all the time you need, mate. Oh no, guys. He's a captain. Not like this. The Spore's gonna finish it off. Oh, very unlucky captain. The captain just donated a Warp Prism, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunate. Happens to the best of us. I blame it on Gilligan, guys. I blame it on Gilligan. All right, some banelings threaten this army a little bit, but at the end of it, the Archon could probably split over and soak the damage if need be. I don't know what Hearthstone was paying attention to right there. Maybe he was... No, maybe he was dropping that 5th right then and doing a few things, but that was just a little unlucky. He got some good damage, though, for sure. 15 drones have fallen. Eba has 86 workers, but Hearthstone has 84. This game is pretty wild. Ah, Suicide Storm is going to be worth it. Cleans up the Lings. But these 2 Archons, oh no. Not doing much. This Hearthstone's pushing on the other side behind this. There's a lot of Roaches, a lot of Banes. Ultralisk coming out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Captain. We got Ultras, we got Adrenal Glands, we got +2 melee attacks with ranged attacks. And, oh my god. That being said, the Fleet Beacon and Stargate's down. How many Immortals do we have? Only 2. And Hearthstone's going to need to sniff out the Ultras. This actually could... It's going to sound weird. This could go in Eba's favor. There's not a lot of Immortals, not really a lot of Archons. Storms do okay, I guess. But Ultralisk, with chitinous plating, by the way, being researched here, do be pretty tanky. You have like a small window of time before chitinous where they're not quite so bad. They're a little better than people give them credit for, as we've been finding out. And yes, they cost a very, very comically smaller amount of money. 50 minerals less or whatever. Oh, nice Zealot run by, though, from the Captain. He is getting 7 drones. Banelings are forced to be thrown into this. He didn't really have to use the Banes, but he wanted to end those Zealots' lives quickly. That being said, the Roach run by over here is going to be dealt with. Beautiful Stasis Ward for the Captain as it continues. All right, Anabolic Synthesis is going to be finishing pretty soon. Oh no, the High Templar! Hearthstone! Not like this! Okay, he's forced to use a lot of storms. That is 1 dead Archon. That is 4 dead High Templar, depending on how you look at it. But 1 Big Daddy Immortal is gonna... Oh, Hearthstone, the rally point! Oh, the Captain. I can't handle it, guys. The Captain is just playing with my emotions today. As the Zealots and the Archons. Look at this army. It's actually smart against the Archons. He's made a... Or, against the Archons. Against the Ultralisks. To just go into a bunch of Archons, I really don't hate it. Obviously, he needs something to deal with them. And oh no, we're missing some A moves here, guys. This is a lot of Ultralisks. Holy crap! Eba's going into even more. He's gonna have 10 Ultras in total, I think, when this is said and done. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you are, 10 Ultralisks. Going into Flyer Carapace behind this. The Infestation Pit, if Hearthstone gets another War Prism in, it'd be pretty nice, but... Uh-oh, the Oracles. Those could still be pretty useful. Oh, look at this. All these Archons, the 4 Immortals is pretty nice. I wonder if Hearthstone's going to double down on Immortals. And he's forgetting he has the Fleet Beacon, too. Truth be told, I think that's just the way you want to play it. You guys are going to laugh. This is one time where I'd say I wouldn't hate seeing some Void Rays come out. I know a lot of you guys would be like, carriers, man. Well, honestly, I feel like Void Rays would be the play, because Eba's going to meme on these, but I think he's preparing for it. That's why he's going for Flyer Carapace, drop the Spire, and build Corruptors after. Hearthstone not going into air weapons, not going into air anything. Oh my god, the problem is with the Mortals, though, he needs them, but they're going to be defenseless against the Lings. The Oracles were in the party. They're coming back. They don't think they have the energy. Ah, Hearthstone doesn't save the last Immortal, and 3 Ultras are going to be popping here pretty soon. One of the Oracles does drop. Eba is really down in army, though. He's waiting on a lot to come in. Once they hatch, he's going to have another sizable force, but still the Captain doing a pretty good job of pressure, taking a 6 base behind this. Kind of a aggressive, yet interesting game. Eba trying to find some value on the other side of the map again. Is going to surround this base. Is going to get a lot of probes. Hearthstone actually, I feel like, he can easily lose these probes, right? He's over 80 workers. Eba's under a bit. He doesn't need to constantly maintain that worker lead anymore. At this time of the game, I really wouldn't hate, oh, that being said, he's going to lose some workers. Harstem losing some means more army is what I'm getting at, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Eva is floating a lot of gas because of his style. Slings and ultras. He's going to probably go into some Banes after it all. How do you play in this? Yeah, it's, you have to either win or you get a pass for OSC. Foxer, maybe we can talk about that after. All right. This game is wild. Trifecta Immortal production here from the captain. Eva's still memeing on these ultras. You know what I wouldn't hate? If you force so many Immortals out. I know it's late game, guys. I know Harstem has a lot of static, but what he doesn't have is a lot of static in his mineral lines. Eba, if he went into mutas, he actually could, like a surprise attack with some mutas, he could probably get some economic damage done. That's what I'm getting at, guys. Oh, man. GG's called the cowboy, Mr. Captain. Harstem is going to take it. Eba played pretty well. Still, but that was very well done. It was a little scrappy back and forth there, but still. Okay. Just Jordan will be coming on too. I'm gonna probably do a little carryover cast with him. And we will be going on there. Do you want to rename it? Rename what? OMG. Oh my gosh. Ha. Just Dave? Nice, nice. All right, so... on. So it is Mindel VK versus Harstem now. And I've never casted with Jordan, so this should be fun. Bear with me, guys. Is there a game 3? It's King of the Hill, so Harstem's taken 2 maps. So far, he's pushed the furthest to anybody. I'm going to be joined with Just Jordan, then we're going to go over his way to his stream, because he's going to be picking up the next part. Hey, how you doing, Jordan?
Oh, hey, Dave. Can you hear me okay?
Yep. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Okay, I got your stream muted. That's probably a good idea.
Let's see your X just... I always get your name wrong, so I need to make sure this time I do it right. Mr. Jordan, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Hello to you. Hello to the stream. I'm sure some of your viewers have seen you before, but some haven't.
Yeah. I'm trying to find you so I can A-shot you out, and we'll be heading over after this game to your stream for your cast. We got a lobby. There you are. Just took a minute to come up.
Give me 1 second.
Yep. I'm going to tell them. And guys, here it is. I'm actually going to get you in the clipboard. I see what I do wrong, guys. How you doing, Vlad? So Jordan will be carrying this over after. We're going to do our first dual cast together. Of Mindle VK versus the captain. Actually, I'm going to put it the other way around. Hearthstone is up 2 maps. What up, Bruno? Guys, check out Just Jordan, because that's where we're going to be heading after this game. I'm surprised we're already this far into it. All right, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Good to go?
Sorry about that. I saw you were in the middle of a match, so I started getting my stream set up, and I guess I just thought I had more time. But yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll now.
Oh, sorry about that. That's rough. That do be rough. Our first cast together, Jordan.
Yeah, we've been talking about getting together for some time.
Yeah.
It's a shame it's only going to be a best of one, but hey, there's still time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that was my bad. I kind of mixed up the schedule. I wasn't 100% sure how this was going on because I just saw there was Kozan, and I forgot about that at first. Well, because I kind of woke up late. The Ducklings, then I was on, then you were on, then Chicken Man was on, but I mistook and said Chicken Man, but I didn't realize you were going for such a stretch. Yo, guys, go check him out. He's starting up now again. We'll be raiding into Mr. Jordan after as you continue on. You got the rest of the King of the Hill, and you have Rising Star after, huh?
Yeah, the Rising Star will continue. I'm doing the OSC Elite Rising Star number 9. I've been doing it since number 5, so.
Oh, excellent. All right, here we are, and the captain has 2 maps, sir. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Oceanborn in the red, representing Psystorm Gaming, it is Mindle VK, our Protoss player.
And in the bottom right, the blue Protoss, repping that tag, the Cowboy. I've been told that this is Hearthstone.
Ahoy, matey, that is the captain. On Oceanborn here. A little Protoss versus Protoss.
Definitely your wheelhouse.
I was going to say, you are a 3rd player. It's been a minute since we played. Actually, come to think of it. But,
yeah, I think that, I think the once or twice that I was able to get you on ladder and actually win, it was just a Hydraling all in.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm usually pretty susceptible to stuff like that. I will say that, Jordan. But right here, we do have a 2-gate opener from Bolt. Pretty standard opener for this PvP. But is PvP ever standard, Jordan? Let's be real.
Well, it depends. Lately in the Rising Star, I've been seeing a lot of proxy robo play. At least the number 8. That seems like every PvP had a proxy robo involved. Almost every one. In the most recent edition, not so much. There's been a lot of macro PvP, which has been kind of nice. It's usually a PvP was starting to be like a ZVZ matchup where it could be over, a best of 3 could be over in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you never really know. Like, the funny thing is that I tend to get a lot. It's always different, but especially like here we have, this is EU PvP. We've been finding some different builds too, like we've been seeing Resonating Glaives. We've been seeing a lot of different stuff like that coming out, which is, to me, is a little odd, but a lot of adept play on EU I've noticed. But that's not going to be the case now. This is Stalker Sentry. I think we're set up for a macro game, sir. As you said. Fallen in line.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was going to say, speaking of adepts, I've been seeing a lot of adepts in PvC, actually. A lot from a variance of different Protoss players as well. It's like almost like the build got found in the attic by some random Protoss player. He blew the dust off and was like, "Hey guys."
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I think ever since we had the first patch breaking away from the Void Ray Queen Walk meta that everybody, the Maynard nerf, if you will, getting him out of casting, the nerf the Rip Maynard cast, you know. I think it's kind of cool. We're seeing a little variance. You know, you'll see adepts, resonating glaives. You'll see different Stargate into adepts even. And you'll see some DTs and such more often. As you know, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
But, you know, it be what it be. Yeah, literally an identical build opener.
Yeah, mirrors can sometimes be like that in the beginning. Yeah, both players also opening up at the Twilight. This is unsurprising, probably going to be Blink first.
Yeah,
kudos to Mindle, though, for going for a macro play against Hearthstone. You know, I got to feel like maybe Mindle's a tad bit outmatched here.
Yeah, at the same time, Mindle's a pretty good player. I just remember a bit more. I don't usually see him as often. He was a former teammate, so I used to follow him a bit more. Obviously he's a streamer and such too. But yeah, Mindle is honestly good enough where when you consider it's PvP too, like ZVZ, but adding a lot more clowns and circus music, it can go either way. Is what I'd say. You know what I mean? PvP is definitely an upsetter matchup for sure. Unless you put max packs in there, usually.
Yeah, Max Pax was actually in the last week's King of the Hill. I think it was last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he had a not as long run as I thought he would. I think it was 5 maps.
Yep. And in chat, I'm sorry I didn't read this, guys. VK is Russia's biggest social network. Also, VK
for the
is middle
the
Middle's
VK play.
initials. Oh yeah. I didn't. You know, I never knew it was his initials. Light Phoenix was just saying it's his initials. Never asked, never guessed. Shame on me. I don't know. You know, I just was like, okay, it's middle VK. Don't know what it means. I don't know why I never asked. How about you?
I love when chat comes in clutch with the info.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure yours coming in clutch more than mine. Usually I'm yelling at them.
A lot of focus fire on weekend stalkers by Mindle VK, but they just end up move commanding through the bulk of Hearthstone's forces.
Oh yeah, he is trying to hold here. All right, that being said, we do have a Robo and Forge coming for Hearthstone. He's not going into charge. Neither is Mindle, but Mindle is starting that Big Daddy Immortal production, which is going to help him on the defense. It's not like, this isn't like all in or anything. It's just a little bit of harass from Hearthstone, picking up a few workers. I think it's kind of, it's a pretty successful little attack. He's just trying to even stuff up, but not really trying to end the game or anything.
Yeah,
it could, but I don't think so with this. There's no proxies. There's no War Prism. You know, he's just sending it for stalkers here and there.
Yeah, now Blink's online, the micro's going to be a little bit more intricate. Focus fire is not going to be as prevalent. Mindle getting some Immortals out. Charge on the way.
Absolutely.
+1 also from both players. Yeah, things are looking pretty close. Mindle going for a faster 4th base, so if he's able to get this online, this could be the edge that he needs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
2 Adepts do sneak into the natural, though. That's what, 3 go down so far?
He might get a 4th. Yeah, he's definitely going to get a 4th. That's about it. Kind of worth it, but when you think about it, Adepts cost a little more than 4 probes. They cost, that's 50 gas, too.
Yeah, but now you have a non-fully saturated natural base. Okay, he did resaturate it, but sometimes they don't re-rally the producing probes to that base, so you just end up with a slightly less saturated base. You know, incremental advantages here. The 4th got discovered, though. Stalker's jumping on top of this. There's no shield batteries finished.
Still, we got charge from Mindle. Looks like +1's going to be darn close if you can factor in Chrono Boost. Technically, I feel like Mindle could catch up. It's going to not really be that much of a lead either way. It might be a decider in the fight, though. But it's all Blink Stalkers from Hearthstone. And we have a little bit more diverse of a comp from Mindle.
Well, hey, I mean, if your army is all one unit, it's easier to control and it's easier to focus on other things, right? So maybe that's what we see here. We do see Zealots finally being added to my Hearthstone, though, as charge is about to complete. +2 also already on the way from Parston.
Yeah, again, knife's edge lead. As long as Mindle doesn't fall too behind in the upgrades, he should be all right. Is forgetting it for the moment, but it may not matter. He may actually go to a point where, if you look at the army supply, yeah, it's down a little bit. But again, the comp may be a factor. It's a lot of zealots. And funnily enough, we don't see a... Oh, nice catch on the War Prism, by the way.
Well, nice catch on the catch, because I completely missed it.
All right, and anyway, oh man, Harstam going in to the main base of Mindle VK, taking out a lot of production.
Huge Artosis pylon there, powering down 5 gates. More production being powered down. Is there any? There's 4 in the back.
Well, funnily enough, Mindle's actually delayed quite a bit here because he, mistakes were made.
Oh.
He had Stalkers and Immortals blocking the Zealots from getting up into the base, so the whole army was kind of at a standstill, catching long distance mining probes. And oh my god, the forge is going to be delayed. Everything. This is a base
So
raid.
it's worth noting that Mindle can recall at any time. Harstam just burned his recall, taking the probes from the main to that 4th base location. So that army that's across the map, if it wants to come defend, is going to have to walk all the way back.
Yeah, and if we look at the army supply, Mindle's leading the army. Truthfully,
I think this is just fine for Mindle VK.
well, he needs to go back. I wouldn't hate him recalling. He's not recalling, though, and if he loses these bases, he's now in a different position. Harstam's leading. He's mining in the sense of he's mining. And there's all this static. I don't like
This
the
is
fight he's
a
taking.
lot of shield batteries. Oh my
He's
gosh.
not fighting the battery. Oh, actually got depowered. Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. A lot of cannons, a lot of batteries. This is dark. I think Mindle should have recalled. He had a superior army. Like, he had Immortals, he had charged lots, he had everything. He had some Stalkers left. Now,
Yeah, and Harstam's forces came back and decided to fight with the aid of the cannons and the shield batteries and the zealots that have been worked on in that base. And I think that was enough to take the lead here. He just kites the zealots, and there's precious little left for Mindle VK on the ground.
yeah. That it is.
Yeah, he finally does recall, but he doesn't have any mining going on. Harstam has a base here with only 7 probes, but the ability to make, well, I guess once he gets the mining, the ability to make more. Currently, he's tapped out.
Yeah, big Sag. That is a little unfortunate. And, GG is called.
Wow, that game was super close.
That was close, but honestly, I don't mean to discredit Mindle, but I'll be honest with you, it was a little bit of a throw. I think it's hard to gauge in those situations in PvP, though, Jordan.
Yeah, it is difficult to get, especially when you're in a base trade position. That decision on whether or not to recall, it's a tough one to make either way. And I honestly thought that Mindle had it. It's just that last stand base that Harstam had. He had a plan set up. He knew, hey, I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold down this base, and the second that it needs defending, that's when I'll go back home. And that's exactly what he did. And it's also worth noting Harstam left a couple units at each of the bases of Mindle just so he couldn't go send units back or send workers back to go mine.
Yeah.
After he left.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Well, Mr. Jordan, it's been fun.
Well, Mr. Dave.
Enjoy the rest of your cast. I'll be out. If you don't mind, give me just a second. I'm going to end the call. Do my parting words. And we'll see y'all on your stream.
Hey, man, promise me we'll chat soon.
Yo, absolutely, dude. Yeah, hit me up anytime, by the way. That was fun. We'll have to do it again. We'll have to do it more frequently.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. All right, guys. We're going to be heading over to Just Jordan to continue on. And again, this is the OSC King of the Hill in celebration of 11 years. I would just go into it, but I figured I'd say some parting notes. Thank you, Bruno, for the gifted sub to Nate Diggity. And I do apologize for my ads. I should have probably changed them for this, but normally I don't apologize. I'm over-apologizing for ads. I run a lot of ads, and I do it the way Twitch does that puts the most money in. So for events like this, I probably should consider doing it a little differently, but we've been having back-to-back games. Little lull here and there. Anyway, go on and make sure you give Just Jordan a follow, but he's going to be carrying the torch. All right? Thank you all. Have a good one, and I will probably be back later on for some ladder. Yeah, I'll probably sneak a little bit in. Thanks again to Eddie. And thank you guys. Please, again, but as we rate out, take a look at the Matcherino. Put a little bit of dollary dues in here. I'll probably throw a few in here soon. I'm going to go take care of some stuff, but I'll be watching as well. I'll catch you all in a bit with Mr. Jordan. I'll be in chat with you. And Hearthstone actually is up 3 maps, by the way, to note.